All right, hello everyone. Welcome to our weekly stream here on the Eurovision Fam channel. Um, yeah, we're
Hey
back.
guys.
All right, we're back here, and so we are gonna be talking about. Let me scoot over because the frame changed a bit. Yeah, so we're gonna be talking about a lot of stuff. It's a jam-packed week again. We had a Super Saturday. We had a ton of reveals come out for the internal selections. They all
Yep.
decided to wait until the last minute, and
hmm
I feel like it's a personal attack on me.
Yeah. Freaking
And
great guy.
yeah, like, thank you. You guys waited so long. We could have used something like I don't know last week, but all right. So we're gonna go ahead and kick things off with our site articles. Jordan, do you want to go ahead and just talk about what we've got on the site?
Yeah. So as in terms of news site articles, Alicia, mid head honcho herself, has written the American Song Contest has arrived. An American Eurovision fan thinks. So this is actually going to be a perspective, Alicia Michelle's perspective on what the American Song Contest potentially has to bring to the world of entertainment in the American, I guess I want to say music industry, quote unquote, using kind of like NBC as like a platform. Well, I mean, like this is kind of it's like a music reality show. It's not going to per se be like Eurovision, and so it's not going to be fair to compare the two contests. But with that said, being an American herself, she feels like she has quite a bit of material to discuss regarding the potential of this show succeeding, and kind of just my own personal thoughts with that. I am looking forward to this contest, but I'm a little hesitant of it because it won't be following the Eurovision format, and I don't exactly, um, I don't feel like I've fully grasped what the music entertainment industry in America was like for a while. She's definitely more versed in that than I am, but
Yeah.
I'm going into it with some optimism, and I'm generally feeling pretty good about it. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about it as well, especially after we got like the release of the artist who'd be competing.
Mhm.
I went through, picked out my personal state of Virginia, went through, I listened to stuff that the girl they chose selected. I'm very happy with our choice for Virginia. Um, and I like the fact that we are getting smaller artists. Like there were people on the list who I had never heard of, but they have like
Yeah.
millions of views, and I'm like, this is a total set of music I had no idea existed. And then
Mhm.
like with the person from Virginia, she's only got like maybe a couple of thousand views on her most popular video. She deserves more. But yeah, like I'm honestly looking forward to it. I think that I don't know how the ratings are gonna go.
Yeah.
Just because knowing how television works in the U.S. and not a lot of people watch TV here, unless you're older or you live in a more rural area, you might watch more TV.
Yeah.
But I'm I'm looking forward to seeing what's gonna be happening here. And I think that if it's successful, I would like to see it happen more.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is an experiment, but once again, the United States itself is an experiment. So we're going into it with a grain of salt
Yeah.
and being just really hopeful for it. So that is kind of just our briefest thoughts on the American Song Contest as we get closer to those dates.
Yeah, the link to the article that Alicia wrote is in the description box. So you can go ahead and check it out there. Do you want to
Mm.
go ahead and talk about the next article we have?
Yeah, so Eurovision explained, who should you be on the lookout for? So you might have noticed that there are these things called betting odds, or if you have the Eurovision scoreboard app, you know that there's a community quote unquote ranking that people use depending on what site they're using.
Mm-hmm.
But aside from that, there are also the prospects of who can actually win this contest just by the performance alone. And there are a lot of factors to kind of acknowledge when we head into a year because the songs do interact with one another. It isn't just one song is the strongest, bing, bam, boom. No, it's how they relate to the other songs within the lineup that determines the result that they would ultimately be getting. But who should you be on the lookout for this Eurovision season? My personal take on that would be I feel like Sweden has something nice in their back pocket. Italy, I would say look out for, and also Cyprus. I will say that right now, and I'm going to probably say that again a little bit later, but Cyprus should be one to watch out for, and I'm not even going to name the reason why right now.
Yeah. I mean, Italy's always one to watch out for, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
With Sweden this year, it's going to depend on what happens tomorrow. We'll talk about Sweden some more later.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, look, Italy 100%. And I want to actually include Lithuania as a country to watch out for. Because there is something, I know it's a divisive song, like people either love it or hate it, but there's something about Monica as a performer that is captivating. And I really feel like no matter,
it's untouchable.
I might eat these words later, but as of right now, when I just, there's something that tells me that song's going to do very, very well. I just get this like really strong feeling about that. I've had that strong feeling and had it be wrong, but
and she should. Yeah. And she should. She deserves that. She's my 4th place right now.
Okay, she's my winner right now, but yeah. So yeah, and I think Greece too. Like we're gonna talk about Greece's song later, but there's something very daring happening with Greece, and that could be giving us a big reward for them. Like that could be a big reward as far as the results go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that article of Eurovision Explained, Who Should You Watch Out For? Again, link in the description box. It ties back to last week's, or the week before last, Eurovision 101. Kind of like these articles tie into those video series. The article goes more in depth for people who are Eurovision fans, whereas the videos are very brief, and they're meant for people who need to be introduced to Eurovision. Speaking of videos to be introduced to Eurovision, we have a new Eurovision 101 video, link in the description box, as always. I'll put a little dingy ding in the cards too. That is Eurovision 101, what happens when things get political. So you can go ahead and check out the video. There's also an article accompanying that as well. Those two go together, and that will be in, again, links are in the description. That's what the description box is for, giving you guys the links.
Period.
All right. So, do you want to go ahead and let's hop into these internal selections?
Yes, you guys. So we're getting all the internals all at once, and LaDonna from Montenegro, here it is with her song "Breathe."
Yeah, exactly. Like that kicked off. I think that was released right after our stream ended yesterday. Right after our stream ended last week, and we got their entry. So, what do you think about LaDonna here?
All right. The first time I heard this song, I'll admit I wasn't really drawn into it, but it has grown on me very considerably. And part of the reason why is because there's a very strong Balkan identity here, and there's like a drama within how like the song is constructed. Like there are pieces to this song that all feel different, which is always an awesome sign. And yeah, that's the number one thing for me. It's just this has a very strong like Balkan element. If they manage to lean into that for the staging, then they'd be able to carry the lyrical content of the song very, very well, I think. And I'm pretty excited about it. But yeah, it wasn't my favorite to start with. Still progressively growing on me. I'm gonna sit with it though.
I think honestly it's grown off on me a bit. Like the first time I listened to it, I was like, oh, this is really good. And then I'm like, these lyrics are kind of whack. If this was not in English, I wouldn't be thinking, oh, these lyrics are kind of whack. Also, it's Balkany, but not like Balkany. Like there's like somebody took a LaCroix, because LaCroix, I'm sorry, they don't have the most flavoring in them. It's like a LaCroix that's Balkan flavored. You know what I mean? It's got like a hint of Balkan to it, and that just kind of drags it down for me. I wish they would have leaned into the Balkan sound more, or got just not to the Balkan sound at all. And then like the lyrics. Honestly, I'd probably like this song more if it was in Montenegrin, but it's in English, so the lyrics stand out. I'm just like, what air is what they need to breathe? It's kind of off there, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Honestly, yeah, kind of piggybacking off of the lyrical content and the fact that it's the weakest asset in this song. It strikes me as thunder and lightning. It's getting exciting. Basically, like Sergei Lazarev. Sergei Lazarev, a type of song which is just like every line is supposed to be like the punchline in the lyric, and it just doesn't feel like it quite hits the way that she was intending. But I mean, by the time I get to the stage, then sure, like it might be able to work.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna talk more in depth about every song that's competing this year. So we'll go more in depth about that later.
Hmm.
Let's go ahead and go on to Switzerland. Marius Bear will represent Switzerland with his song "Boys Do Cry." Do you want to go ahead and kick off what you think about it?
Yes. So this song still might grow on me because it has the kind of formula that I like in a Eurovision entry, stripped back ballad with kind of a classic genre appeal to it. That is totally up my alley. But right now, this song is not for me, and I don't like it. At the moment, it's kind of giving me like Toy Story 4, third song after the beginning of the credit sequence. So it's just like one of the lesser budgety type songs that they put like toward the end after people have left the theater. And the fact that I understood the lyrics, the fact that it's completely in English, didn't help the case either because I don't know. I feel like this like just isolating the lyrics and trying to look at it from a poetic standpoint doesn't do it for me. And I feel like the reason why is because it's in English. That's my concern with it.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
It's funny that you mentioned Toy Story because there's something about Marius's voice that makes me think of Randy Newman. I
Yep.
don't know what it is about it, but I do kind of hear
Amber, maybe.
I do hear the Randy Newman as qualities.
Hmm.
I like the instrumental a lot though. Like it's like a romantic kind of like romantic 40s jazz. It's like, you know, one of those songs that you would hear in the background of like watching an old movie that takes place in the 40s or just like I'm a jazz grandpa at heart, guys. Like I just know like stuff. And there's lots of clarinet. I love the clarinet. um,
Yeah, you
yeah.
can smell the Lucky Strike cigarettes and the Casablanca key and the misogyny. But
Yeah. Oh, we got
sorry.
a comment real quick from Georgios Papadopoulos.
Hey, Georgios.
Comment says, "Oh, kind of like this. I kind of like the Switzerland, but not in my top 10." That's what it is. It's a pleasant song, but it doesn't invoke a passion in me to make me put it higher. For me, I think the instrumental is the best part. If it was like just straight up an instrumental song, it'd be up there for me. But in containing lyrics and the lyrical content, it's also like I'm not opposed to the subject matter. Toxic
Yeah,
masculinity is a problem. Um, and
huge problem.
oh my gosh, if we got rid of toxic masculinity, the world would be so much better. So yeah,
Hmm.
toxic masculinity is a problem, and telling men they need to like hold back their emotions and things is a huge issue. Um, but like it's just some of the lyrical use there is a bit trite, and I
Yes.
mean it's Eurovision. Eurovision's gonna have trite lyrics, but like when you're
Hmm.
giving me a ballad in English, I'm gonna notice those issues.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the number one reason why we were able to notice it. I'm sure if it were in Swiss German or French or one of the Swiss languages to any degree, it would have a lot less of kind of like this visceral reaction that it drew out of me, or I mean personally, because yeah, I pay attention to the poetry and lyrics. And I mean like it's hard not to when the entire song's in English and it's slow, so you have to pay attention to each word as it's evoked.
Exactly. Yeah, so that's kind of what's dragging that one down. Let's go ahead and let's move on to Cyprus. So we've got on our song by Andromachi. I don't know, is it Andromachi or Andromache? Andromachi with the song Ella. I know, I know, I know, Jordan. You can go ahead and do it. You're holding it back.
So, I kind of decided to wear yellow today to celebrate Cyprus. So, Cyprus is once again carrying the Mediterranean, in my opinion. I mean, the Mediterranean's excellent this year, but when it came down to it, you guys, very rarely do I hear a song and be like, wow, this is the first time I'm hearing it, and it's fighting for my first place, and I'm not even halfway through. This was that song. Guess what my winner is right now? I'm not going to say, but it should be obvious. Look at my, like, white and yellow going on. But I like talking more technically about it. This is very Greek pop. The song Ella, very, very Greek pop. This is not something too dissimilar to what Panic would put out just outside of the Eurovision season. Very Greek music industry, Panic, female, mid-tempo bop sound. But that is exactly what I listen to outside of the Eurovision season. So Greek pop, I believe, is in the superior echelon of European music, even Mediterranean music. And it doesn't need a Eurovision moment to sound like winning quality, in my opinion. It is like 3 minutes of just winning moment. And yeah, I got a similar reaction only to like Sentimente when I first heard that song, as in it's just like, you can take this and run away. It doesn't need anything else. It's ready to go.
Yeah. It's good. I just wish it was all in Greek. You're so
good.
passionately. It's good, but I wish it was all in Greek. There's just something about going from English in the verse to putting all the Greek in the chorus that's just like, it's like the ratio's off. I feel like if there was more, if it was English chorus, Greek verses, I'd like it more.
Mm-hmm.
But there's something about that balance that throws me off. Either all Greek or more Greek, less English. And then on top of it, I like it though. It sounds great. Like you hear it, I'm instantly transported. I'm no longer sitting on a wintry day it's not even been wintry here. I'm no longer sitting here on a windy day in the mid-Atlantic. I'm now, out on a beach being like fanned with palm fronds. And we've got another comment from Georgios. I'm a Greek and I love their entry in Greek. I agree, it is a song you definitely listen to on the radio in Greece. Definitely in my top 5. Yeah, like you and Georgios, you and Jordan can get along really well there. But yeah, it's a contemporary sound. It's just like I wish there was more Greek. I really do. I would.
That would be the only thing that I could say would improve it. It's just change the language all to Greek, because Greek is just gorgeous.
Yes, it is. Give me more. Give me more of that. We love Greek. So we're going to go ahead and move on over to Belgium now. We got the song from Jeremy, and it is Miss You. So do you want to go ahead and talk about that first, or should I kick off the talk of Belgium? Okay. You can do that with your hands there all you want. Okay. So.
Yeah, you go ahead and start. I'll follow you up.
I like the fact they open this up with a slower bit. That's a move. And what that does is that gives Jeremy a chance to shine with the vocal. That's going to get you your jury points. But he keeps it engaging right off the bat. The way the song is structured, you don't get bored, even though it's starting off kind of slow before you kick in with the beat drop. And there's another song we'll be talking about later that tries to do that, but I find it to be distracting, so it doesn't stand out. And you lose interest pretty quickly on that one. This one doesn't have that problem. There's also dynamics throughout the song, so even after your beat drops, you get more instrumentation, more vocal coming through, and it doesn't ever let up as far as what's happening in the song goes. So it keeps my attention the whole time. At this point, Belgium, it's your staging. I am afraid of what you're going to do on stage, because Belgium has a problem with staging.
Yeah.
And
It's our Achilles heel, truly.
At this point, it's the staging, so don't mess up the staging, Belgium. Go ahead, Jordan.
All right, so you guys, I had a visceral negative reaction to the song the first time I heard it, but not the first third. So the first third of the song had an interesting sound, and it was kind of ballady. It was very soulful. I was drawn into it, but by the time we got to the second third and third last section of it, I was not just underwhelmed, but I was annoyed. And I think the reason why is because it has kind of a casino karaoke bar feeling, like free tickets to this live show that is just this person who was off the cast of Hamilton kind of a vibe. I don't know what exactly about it is just hitting a completely wrong note with me. It just is, and I'm not gonna be dogging on Jeremy as a performer, because this song sounds extremely difficult to sing, on top of the fact that he's gonna have choreography, and a lot of choreography apparently. So I mean, that is remarkable on its own, but as a song, it's just I can't listen to this and be yes, this is the Eurovision song that I need to do well. I don't necessarily feel that attached to this song.
Okay, I can see that, It's Eurovision. We all have our own thoughts and opinions. So I can see what you mean with that, especially like you said, like kind of like a karaoke vibe later on, once the beat kicks in. I disagree, but I think it's solid. I don't think it's gonna do anything revolutionary. I feel like this is one of those songs that can come anywhere between like 8th and 15th. Like it can squeak into the top 10, but I feel like it's most likely not going to be in the top 10. Again, I'm one of those people, like I have to leave everything up to staging because there's songs I hate in studio, but once you get on the stage, I love them. So we'll see what happens. What happens with the staging there. Okay. Let's go ahead and we'll talk about the, oh my gosh, we're going to talk about Greece. We should have done Greece and Cyprus back to back, but I didn't think about that before.
Oh, well.
So Greece released Amanda Tenfroid's song, Die Together. I'm going to start off on this one because I'm excited to talk about it. I love this. The vocal effect that's happening on the beginning of that song, it's giving me very much like Hide and Seek by Imogen Heap. Like that effect, and the fact that there's like nothing, like there's no instrumentation really. And any instrumentation there is super sparse before the song kicks in. It's bold. It is daring. It's going to strike you. Like, if that's staged correctly and every note is perfect, that is going to be such a huge moment. It's going to make you stop and make you want to watch. I find it to be very arresting. And I feel like with such a bold risk, bold should be rewarded. We're not going easy. We're not going simple. We're not going something cliche here from Greece. They're giving us a ballad. I finally have my lady ballad. I'm so happy. I'm so happy.
Greece, of all countries,
exactly,
Greece was the one.
I finally got my lady ballad this year. It sounds modern. It sounds fresh. It's so interesting. Like I love this. I think it's such a fantastic entry.
Awesome. Yeah, I don't have exactly the same sentiment about it, but I appreciate the fact that like as we head into the song, it's just the vocal with that very noticeable distortion, but that is the drawing in element of just like, oh yeah, it's only been 10 seconds, but here I am, and it could be like, here are just what's the word I'm looking for? Like a very captivating 3 minutes. I do get that from the first couple seconds of it. When I first heard this song though, I really, 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 really wanted to like it, and I thought I was going to love it. But because like it was something that is completely up my alley. It's from Greece. I mean, like that isn't the number one thing, but that is like one of the things. It is stripped back. It's a ballad, and it's very sensitive. I really like that. Is exactly the kind of thing that I like, but I kind of feel like I missed the boat the first time I heard it. I like my notes here are a little bit critical about the song, but as I've heard it, just maybe like I think maybe 2 or 3 times since. I don't feel the same way. It has grown on me considerably, and it's just kind of a challenge because I still don't feel like it's given me like that moment, but it's grown at a speed that's faster than the other like already selected acts. So I feel like I'm just coming at the cusp of how excellent the song is.
You're gonna love it by May. We're gonna make you love it by May. And we've got Georgios Papadopoulos giving us another comment with, "Yay, so happy you love this. I think the juries are going to shower us with 12 points, but the televote may not be enough. Maybe like Switzerland last year." I think that this is a song that the juries will reward, and depending on the mood when we get to May, we might be surprised with the telescore. I think Greece is still in contention to be winning. It's gonna. Like,
I agree. I do agree. They are in contention for the win.
We also don't have another song like this year. We've got other songs that do the slow kind of beginning, but we don't have like a lady ballad, and we needed that because like when I was going through like the list of stuff that I would like, I feel like we need every Eurovision. We don't have a ballad by a woman really. So
modern by a woman.
Like modern. Like we don't have that. So I was like, okay, good. We need that. Check off. There's one other genre we need that we didn't really get, but yeah, because Greece is giving us our ballad. I mean, we don't know what's going to be happening with Armenia still. You know, that's going to help Greece stand out, and just a woman singing beautifully What's not to love about that?
Mm-hmm. And her vibe is very Lorde. I mean, visually.
Yeah,
speaking.
she does look similar to Lorde too. Like just if everything is like if the styling, the staging, everything comes together, Greece is definitely in contention to win here. Like I'm not gonna lie.
I would love to go to Athens, and if this song is the reason why, then all the best to it. Because frankly, this is very like it's improving a lot in just my opinion, and that's because it's just good. It's just that freaking good.
Yeah, it's an excellent song. Let's go ahead and let's talk about Georgia. They were one of the first artists announced. I love it. Like Jeremy and like Circus Marcus were both like announced in October, November, and their songs just dropped this week. Yeah. Like let's hold off on this. But yeah, Circus Marcus released their song "Lock Me In." Do you want to talk about how you feel about that one?
Sure. Yeah. So like this is a really weird song, you guys. Like it's synthy, it's punchy, it's got a couple different hooks depending on where you are on the song. It's a very, very unusual song, but we can expect this from Georgia. I mean, like once again, they don't fulfill anyone's expectations. Like they don't even set any for their own. But I mean, this song, it's kind of like geek chic, if that makes sense. It almost sounds like there's a Big Bang Theory like opening intro-ness to it. It's very experimental. It's out of the
Bare
box.
Naked Ladies. Yeah, that's a Bare Naked Ladies song.
But like I do see how a sound like this could turn me off if I weren't in the mood for it. It sounds very niche to a very particular kind of mood. So I don't think I would be playing this every single time it comes on, but I do enjoy it.
I like this a lot. It makes me think of like Cake mixed with ELO because they all like once it gets like that synthy like part of like this is fun. This is so much fun. Like it's catchy. You're instantly able to recall what's happening in the melody. Like it's solid. It's Georgia, so I don't know how well it's gonna do in Eurovision. But like they could pull another Midnight Gold situation where we get there and everyone's like, "Oh, this is great," after we see what's happening with the staging. I think it's fun. I think it suits the whole like vibe. Like with Circus Marcus, they're kind of doing the whole "we're from outer space" thing too. And it fits that like kind of wacky aliens doing music vibe that I find to be a lot of fun. I don't know.
Subwoofer though. Completely different than subwoofer.
I'm not like saying it's this because I actually like this. Number one, it's fun, it's catchy, and like this is up my alley. I don't know what Europe's gonna say when they see this. I don't know what juries are gonna say when they see this. I feel like I don't know which semi it's in. I'd have to check to see what semi it's in. Like it's the UK tossing this some pretty solid points. Like the UK jury. Yes. This is something they'd be into. But yeah, I think it's a good option, and it's Georgia. So like you never know what you're gonna get with Georgia. So like, if you're gonna get something you enjoy, hey, thank you, Georgia.
Absolutely.
All right. Let's go ahead and we'll move on over to Austria. We got the song by Lumix featuring Pia Maria, Halo. Do you want to kick us off on this one?
Yeah, so hello. It's very Eurovision in the sense that like okay guys, if you remember there was or like even if you don't remember, I'm just going to clue you in on this. Older Eurovision tended to have a very Eurodance kind of sound. So like very pop, very like hints of Schlager. There's a like occasionally like DJ type sounds, but like respective of the era of like 90s going into 2000s. This gives me a very like Eurodance heyday kind of sound. Very Central European / Scandinavian dance track. I like it. I mean, there's really nothing wrong with it. It's pretty friggin' good. I think if it were released prior to the Eurovision movie, Will Ferrell would have co-opted it into the movie because of just how much it sounds like it's just like true to the European kind of pop sound that used to be that I really loved. So I don't have any like major complaints about it. I just think it's a good song.
I'm shocked I like it. Like because it's one of those things where I went through and I listened to like Lumix's other music. I'm like, this is not, no. It's just that genre is not for me. I find it to be highly annoying. But I like this because it's toned down. It's not that full-on blast of, like, weird rave music. Maybe it's because I don't like my sister, and that's what she used to listen to in high school. But, like, it's not full-on that. And it's toned down. I like Pia Maria's voice. I like a high-pitched vocal. It's catchy. It's, like, there's some lines that are kind of dumb, but it's like Eurodance. So if there's not stupid lines, I don't know what we're going to do. Like, we need to have some, like, that CEO line is so bad.
Yeah.
It's so bad, but it's okay because, like, it's this genre, so you can have things be a little bad, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's more forgivable thanks to the genre.
Yeah, like, it's just one of those things. We'll have to see what happens on this. I don't know how they're going to stage this, but good luck, Austria, with that.
Good luck. Yeah, good luck, Austria.
All right, let's go ahead. We're going to ease on over to the United Kingdom because I got thoughts. Sam Ryder is going to be representing the UK with the song Spaceman. I'm going to start this one off first. I'm on your side, Sam. I am on your side at this point. I think that you can sing. I heard that live performance that the BBC put up. Excellent. He can hit the notes. Like, he can hit the notes.
That's all we need. That's all we truly need.
He can hit the notes. The song is not bad. It's a mid-tempo song. Easy to recall melody. The chorus is catchy. This is solid. This is what the UK needs as a song goes. But I know the BBC. And I know they can... Embers was a good song. But we got to Rotterdam, and that staging was a problem. At this point, I'm afraid. I'm on Sam's side. At this point, he's got my support. My issue now lies with the BBC and whether or not they're going to do him bad or do him dirty with their staging. If I see a spacesuit, I am going to riot. We are not doing Granka. We are not doing Falling Stars. We are... Let's avoid that completely. I don't want to see a spacesuit. If I see a spacesuit, I'm going to be upset. Do you want to... Can I talk now, Jordan?
Yeah, I agree. If I see a spacesuit, I'm going to be upset. But the song itself... So, this is good, you guys. This is actually pretty good. I mean, it's not an everyday song in the sense of it being like... I mean, it's not plain, but it's also not an everyday song still, because it's not like... an everyday, every time you listen to it kind of a song. It's niche. Like, there is kind of a niche quality about it that, like, illustrates either you have to be in the mood or you have to be, like, this kind of person to actually, like, truly tap into it 100%. But that's the point for a lot of Eurovision songs just in general. It's just a demonstration of the artistic ability of the singer. And, I mean, it has everything that you need for generally a good Eurovision performance. It has a solid genre. There's a very, very strong hook. The performer has a lot of character. Like, he's really funny. He's really charismatic. And when it comes down to it, I see this doing pretty good. And it potentially could get left side if looked at from just the right angle. But once again, if there's an astronaut on the stage, then they risk tanking.
Yeah, at this point, I don't think the UK is going to come in the bottom 5.
Me either. It's awesome.
Oh, wait, hold on a second. Something went weird. There we go. That's better. Did I lose you guys? No, I did not. Sorry. For some reason, our overlay just disappeared for a second. But it's back. Sorry about that. Yeah, so, no, I agree. Agreed. The UK should just hire, like, God, UK, don't give me bad staging. Please, I want to root for the UK. And Sam has such a good attitude. Like, he does. He wants to do Eurovision. Honestly, like, as far as I'm concerned, the UK and Ireland have both chosen artists that are good for them. They've both chosen artists who I think would be good ambassadors for what the competition is. And
good ambassadors for their own, like, for their own countries, for their own results.
I'm hoping that this is the year the UK turns it around, like with France, when they were late, what was it, 2016? No, I can't remember years. It was
2016
2016. Yeah.
Yeah.
2016 was their turn it around day. Like, that was their day. They're like, gotta turn the ship around because it's sinking. So UK, I hope this is your turnaround year. You've been kind of wallowing. Let's turn it around. So don't mess up the staging, BBC. I'm watching you. I'm watching. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and go over to Germany with their national selection. Germany 12 points. They have chosen their singer Malik Harris with the song Rock Stars. I have feelings. I have thoughts. You know what was feelings. Like? All I remember from that national final was like crying to Jamala.
For the Jamala.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God. I also cried a little bit. She had a couple of tears because we're not going to get Barbara as a host. I love Barbara Schoenberger. I adore her. I would love... Imagine a Eurovision where she's hosting with, like, Petra and, like, Philomena. Oh, could you imagine how great that would be? Like, I don't know. I don't know where it's happening. It's a joint competition. And, like, Sweden, Portugal,
yes,
ideally, are joined together. Like, I don't know. I'm pretending it's happening in my Eurovision, in my heart, okay? In my ultimate fantasy Eurovision, that's happening. We're not going to get Barbara hosting. She'll give out points this year. I'm sure she'll be the German spokesperson. Because... I think that says everything about the song.
Well, okay, yeah, I'll go ahead and get started on this. So, okay, this was the best song of the bunch, you guys. This was the best Germany had to offer. I don't like it, and my notes here are in all caps, but I'm gonna ASMR this section so that you know how serious I am. So, a trap beat in a sad song doesn't work 99% of the time. When are Malik and Andrea and Ahmed going to learn that you just can't shoehorn old mumble rap production into a song just to add a rhythm? Hello. But aside from that, the rap was bland. I didn't like the rap.
Rap
can you pretend that airplanes in the night sky like shooting stars type of stuff? And the chorus, like, I mean, it has a hook, but that's really it. I mean, this is the kind of song that begs for you to, like, hold up a lighter or a flashlight or something, because it begs that in order for it to be any kind of moment. Malik, I really want to count on you to not have music that sounds really much like this, because it was kind of just basic to me, and it has since grown off, and I don't like that.
You said rap, I say spoken word. Coffee house, spoken word, down the street from a university.
Actually, yeah. If I look at it that way, it's a little less abrasive.
I'm not a fan of the song. I want to root for Germany. Fun fact. I speak German because I was supposed to be going to move to Germany as a child. That didn't happen. So I want to root for Germany. They're kind of like my backup nationality. I don't know what to call it. But I can't. And it's like, they say they want something radio friendly. Number one, I don't know if Germans listen to the radio still. Even my uncle, who's like 80, listens to Spotify.
Yeah.
Like, and like this, and this is, he's 80. He wouldn't listen to this. Number one, it's not...
Also, this is 2009 radio friendly. 13 years ago radio friendly.
Years and years ago. We've got some more comments. We have Andrew Johnson. I worry about 0 points again for Germany, unfortunately for them.
No, I don't think it's a 0. I don't think it's a 0.
It's like a 5. It's like a 5-pointer. And those 5 points will all come from the jury.
3 jury, 2 televote. I mean, bottom 5, that is a probability with the song I'm currently seeing, but it's not a 0. I don't give it a 0, and it's because Malik can perform the song. He can perform it pretty good, and he can maintain breath control.
Yeah.
Like it's fine, his performance of it. It's just the song itself. Like it doesn't really do anything or go anywhere.
That Germany needs to go back to internals or something. Like,
Mhm.
also they need to take risks. Because as far as I'm concerned, that national final was bland. Poor Soap. I think about her forgetting the lyrics. I'm like, oh, that would happen to me. That's why I'm not a performer. That's why.
So
That's why I play classical and jazz music. I can like read sheet music off of it. No one has to know it. Yeah, no, oh gosh, it was a tragedy, and they chose the best song, but it was the best of like a bad bunch.
yeah.
Yeah, like Andrew Johnson just said as well. How can Germany have 16 times the population of Finland and come up with that national final quality? Because I think Germany has the same problem I have, where we're afraid of success. And we like to self-sabotage sometimes. So I'll be really close to doing something really good, and then I'll just self-sabotage. It's a whole thing. We need to get Germany on like a good rotation of antidepressants and anti-anxiety meds, get them balanced out, and then maybe Germany can give us like a song that's not bottom 5.
I mean, we'll be here for when it happens.
I would love for Germany to win again. I would love that to happen.
Because they could really have fun with that nowadays.
Yeah, they could have
But I
so much
mean,
fun.
like, they're not trying nearly hard enough. So I mean, like, they don't want to. It seems like.
Exactly. Like, I just like I don't
Can't do much about that.
I don't know what to do. Like Germany, no.
Mhm.
Yeah, no. It's like somebody just said in comments, Germans do use Spotify. They don't use radio anyway. So there we go.
There we go.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and go over to another country that gave us a bland entry, Denmark.
Straight to the point. Straight to the point.
I can't help it. You know how I feel about Danish. You know how I feel about Denmark at Eurovision. So the writing won, DMGP with the song "The Show." Going into it, it was my favorite song. Watching the national final, it was the best song. But it's bland, because I did mention earlier, we're going to talk about another song later on when we were mentioning how Belgium has like the slow beginning and pops over to something else. This song does too. This song doesn't keep my attention. Like the first third of it, number one, it's too much of the pop ballad thing at the piano. There's too much of that happening. Get rid of that. Like, make it shorter. You only have so much time to catch people's attention. The homegirl sitting at the piano is not going to catch attention. When we get to the rock, it's like very bland. It's like Disney Channel rock. I can't think of a more Denmark at Eurovision move than to send this the year after Måneskin wins. It's like, oh, a rock band with a Danish name won. Let's send a band with an English name that's very bland. And it's honestly, there's something suspicious happening for me here. I want to dig in to see how this band was formed, because I feel like it wasn't formed organically. Yeah.
Well, that could be something, I'm sure, that just like a little tablespoon of research can enlighten.
I will look into that. I might have to, because there's something that maybe it's the song. Do you use TikTok at all?
When TikToks are sent to me, I open the app.
There was the thing on TikTok like last year, I want to say, where there was like an industry plant band of like people who were like doing pop punk, and they got called out. Like people like just it was a girl band, and it was like just basically they were a plant, and then like it just all fell apart from there, because it was just like.
Well, I mean, yeah, if it looks like a duck and it sounds like a duck, am I right?
Yeah, I don't want to say that yet. I have to look into it, but something about this, and plus it's Denmark. Like I don't trust Denmark at Eurovision to bring me something that's not like that.
No, yeah, I'm definitely getting a very cream cheese type umami. But sorry, did you have any like following thoughts on that? I almost
I
got started.
no, you go ahead. Go ahead. I'm just laughing at cream. Let me mute myself. I'm sorry. Go on.
All good. So, okay, you guys, this song, Victoria Justice Fabulous. If you remember her single Gold, that's what it like brought me back to. 2013 popping off, but like revitalized 2013, which was basically like a 2006 but come back. This is like music that would be sung by a Dan Schneider type cast. It evokes somewhat of it like remember the band from Drake and Josh, like how those like songs were like relatively decent, sometimes rock songs, all within one octave. That's what it gives. I do like the transformation from the ballad to the high energy section of the track because that gives us some motion, but we needed substance. There's no substance to this song. Like there's nothing. I put the spoon in my mouth and I'm like analyzing what did I just bite, and there's nothing. There was nothing on the spoon. Not bad for Denmark. This is not a bad song for Denmark, but it is so Denmark. It's so Denmark, you guys.
Yeah. Agreed. I have no notes, nothing to add.
We're so mean. So mean.
I'm sorry. Here's the thing. I know Denmark can do good. I my favorite Eurovision song of all time came from Denmark. When Denmark decided to come back after they were gone for the 70s. Tommy Seaback, great. All the songs he sent are great.
Hit after hit. Tommy
like,
is one
fantastic.
of the. Mm-hmm.
Denmark doesn't have a Tommy Seaback anymore. I think he's dead. I'm pretty sure he's dead.
He's dead.
Yeah. Maybe they need to like resurrect his corpse. I don't know. But what I'm saying is it's bland.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's talk about Romania.
You're making
sorry.
A toast and no, I'm just saying you're making a toast sandwich, as in like untoasted bread, toast, untoasted bread.
Well, yeah, and it's not even a good bread. It's like Wonder Bread.
Yeah, definitely Wonder Bread.
Like, yeah.
Moving on to a more seasoned bread, as in like bread with like butter and maybe a little elote seasoning.
Ooh, we're getting elote. All right, let's go
Selecția
ahead.
Națională, you guys, has decided that they're gonna give us the Latin flavor. Hai Urs, Hai Yamame. That was the song that was selected, you guys. So if you have been following our commentary on Melodifestivalen, you understand our sentiment that we have for Alvaro Estrella and how it just kind of feels so cookie cutter. It is not memorable whatsoever. This song is basically an Alvaro Estrella song, but having succeeded. I mean, it has a queer identity. It's fun. Like, it can be dancey. Like, there's a vibe to it. There's certainly a vibe, and it's contemporary. But it's just not that interesting. That's my issue with it.
Oh, I mean, I know Alvaro got kicked out last week at Melodifestivalen, but he'll be at Eurovision in spirit. Yeah, this song. It's not bad. I enjoy this more than like Suave or whatever the heck that situation was. Number one, there's some dancing happening. It's not always being hit. It's very much disaster pop dancing, but I'm into it. I'm at least entertained. Like the whole time I am watching the screen and I am at least entertained. That's what I ask for. I'm not asking for anything revolutionary. I don't know what this is going to do in May, but at least I'm entertained when I watch it.
Yeah, it's good. It's an entertaining 3 minutes. It's like you stay pretty glued to it as it happens to you.
Yeah. Like, I'm not going to seek it out. I'm not going to turn it off, though. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't even know. Yeah, I don't even know if I added it to my playlist yet. But yeah, like, it's just, if it comes on my Eurovision playlist, or I have like a playlist I do of the Eurovision season. Yeah. Let's see, Romania, this is Andrew Johnson. Romania could qualify with the televote, I think, but I don't see the jury's not taking it. Yeah, the jury's, I can see it getting like 10 points in the jury. If it qualifies, it's going to be qualifying off the back of the televote. Is Romania in Semi 1 or Semi 2?
I do not remember, actually.
Yeah, because Moldova is in Semi 1 and the two are separated this year. So, I mean, Romania does have some friends in that semi. But like, yeah, he's entertaining, and like you said, it's like I can see that if this qualifies, it's qualifying off the televote.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, because people want to listen to something with a little Latin flavor and dance.
Yeah, not too much though. Not too much.
Yeah, so let's go ahead. We're gonna head on over to Serbia, where we have the clapping has already begun. Constructa won with Incorpore Sano. Like that. You like that Latin flavor? Sorry. Ecce in pictura espuela romana. I'm not a Roman girl. I don't know why I just quoted my textbook. It's the first thing I could think of, though. So, yeah. Yeah. This song, it doesn't work for me as a song. As a performance, though, yeah, it works for me. It works for me. I have to have the visual, because we have a woman washing her hands with, like, people dressed as, like, I don't know, towel priest.
Monks of some kind, yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting, like, a monkey, like a monk in a bathroom vibe.
Yeah.
And it's, like, fascinating. It's like this woman is just washing her hands and clapping for 3 minutes. Why is it so mesmerizing?
It is. It is very mesmerizing. It was the most mesmerizing in Serbia, which is why she took it away, frankly.
Yeah, it's very striking, but you have to have, like, for me, I have to have the visual aid. This is one of those songs, like I have mentioned before, where I kind of reserve everything for when we get the staging, because there's songs I do not like in studio, and there's songs I like with a visual element on stage. Probably the biggest one for me that I can show is, like, a difference between how I felt about it in the studio and how I felt about it when we got to the stage is Love Wave. Love Wave was, like, my last place when I just listened to all the songs. But when we get to the actual Eurovision contest, that was in my top 10 that year. So, like, this is one of those songs where I have no interest in listening to it as a song. I need to have the visual element there. I also think that it's a good message of, like lyrically, when you look at the translation, it's very much, you guys want us to look perfect, but you're not worried about our actual physical health or, like, our actual mental health. And I think, like, that's a good sentiment, especially because people have that, like, want for their performance to be perfect, but not really letting them be people who are able to seek out what they need to be healthy. I think that's a great kind of message to have there.
I agree. We don't, I mean, like, even excluding the fact that this is kind of an attack on the Serbian medical insurance industry, and it's kind of like a specific geared toward that, we don't get this type of discourse in Eurovision typically. This is a discourse over medical autonomy, which is something that, I mean, you and I as Americans understand really well. Like, the concern of not having health insurance, which is actually a very pertinent concern of me in my life right now as I get closer to turning 26. But yeah, this is like a very crucial, important discussion. I mean, given it's because of her experience with the Serbian medical industrial complex, but this isn't something that's super far off.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, as a song, it has grown on me a lot. I didn't pay attention before Pesma za Eurovisiju, but after the show, I was like, yes, I can actually listen to this, and it's a bop. It's a jam, and I like it.
See, I have to have the visual for it to work. We do have Andrew Johnson leaving a comment. Constructa's performance is certainly art, but I'm still trying to get over not having Sarah Ho's performance at Eurovision.
Yeah, I understand that.
That was also what I couldn't take my eyes off of. I was watching that, like, that was...
That could have been a bop for the ages.
Yeah.
I mean, like, we still got a deserving winner, but that could have been a bop for the ages.
Yeah, no, that was some great work from Sarah Ho, and I'm like, especially when she goes up and, like, she's got her legs around the dude's neck and they're, like, doing the little face dance thing. Like, that was a performance.
It was all sound, all performance, all visual. It was ready to go. It was Eurovision ready.
Yeah, but, unfortunately we lost her. And we're going to hop on over to France, which was our last song that was selected, with C'est vous, décidez. Alvin and Ehaz won with Fulin, or Fulin. Do you want to go ahead and talk about how you feel about the winner of France?
Yes. So, you guys, there used to be a Eurovision entry that was sent by France in the 90s. I forget specifically what year it was, maybe 96. But it was in this language, Brezhoneg, which is the language that this current song is being performed in. There's no French at all in this song. It's really, really good. It is not like a classic like French Eurovision type entry. This isn't the kind of thing they would ever go for Eurovision. It is very French in kind of its pop identity though, and it's just a really strong song. I mean, it wasn't my favorite heading into C'est vous qui décidez. Like I believe it was my third place or so, but it's still really, really good. People say that this is the revenge of Terra, like Tanchugueras is Terra, because of visually how it works. I don't see that as much as like other folks, and the comparison I think is just lazy. But aside from that, Alvin, so cute. That like central guy, like, and when he has like his eyeliner, I'm just like, wow, like you're so pretty. The end. I mean, I love France, and I see them doing really well. Like, I don't know what else to say. Like, this is just impressive all around.
This is like France's answer to Shum.
Yes,
I'm not saying they sound the same because they both have electronic elements, but they're totally different songs still.
Yes.
This is like very much France is like, okay, we can do that too. We can do that too. Now, I think this is great. I think that this is a dynamic, interesting performance. The song is solid. I need that staging cleaned up, though. Like, I really, truly need that staging to be cleaned up because right now...
Staging was a mess. I thought they weren't going to win because of the staging.
Yeah. It's messy, but that camera did its job. Like, the camera angle kept it kind of focused. Let's keep it focused. Because the issue Tanchugueras had for me was that stage was a hot mess. This one also had a hot mess stage, but the cameraman did his job, or her job. I don't know who was working the camera, but whoever was working the camera
you
did their job.
You felt an appropriate amount of focus, like, at certain times of it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just one of those things where, like, it's what we got. Like, I'm down with this. France is not coming in the bottom. Like, France, Spain, France, Spain, and Italy are all, like, safe from the bottom. As long as France cleans up that staging. But last year they just had to basically transport the staging over. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see, because I feel like France is one of those countries you have to watch for staging too. Because they did Alma dirty. I'm sorry.
I liked it, but I do understand. I mean, like, it was too dizzying.
See her. You couldn't see her. She was the same color. Her dress was black with, like, gold accents and, like, white accents, which is the same as the city lights of Paris, and you couldn't see her. It was like she was a floating head. It was not cute. Yeah, so yeah, I just need that. I'm just looking at comments here. Giorgio's... France is good. Preferred SOA or SOA, but I like it and I think they could come top 10. And he agrees with you on Alvin.
Georgios, I agree with you on literally everything you said, including the fact that SOA was also my winner. Sad we lost that song, but Fulan is also good.
And then Andrew also commented with, before the show, I was so invested in SOA winning, but seeing the live performance, I can't deny that it had to be Fulan. Yeah. Agreed. It's like we have to, like, it's like we lose these songs that we love before the shows, and we just have to,
But it's for a better...
Exactly. It's for a better package.
We're guys.
Yeah.
Shut up, Jordan.
Oh my God, Jordan. Let's talk about Melfa. I'm sorry, guys. We're gonna move on because, like, at this point we're gonna be going over again like we always do. It seems like.
We always do.
Yeah. We're gonna talk about Melfest. First, that semi. We're gonna just kind of breeze through this because we'll have the full list. But we had the last semifinal happen. 4 songs that made it through. I feel like the 4 songs that made it through are the 4 songs that should have made it through.
Yep. It happened just as it was supposed to.
Yep.
And now we have a final lineup.
Yep. Our final lineup is Claire Hammerstrom with Run to the Hills, Theos with Som de Ville, Anna Bergendahl with Higher Power, Jan Lundvik with Angela, Anglevakt. Tone Sekalas with My Way. Anders Baga with Bigger Than the Universe. Robin Bingston with Innocent Love. Faith Kemba with Freedom. Liamu with Bluffin'. Cornelia Jacobs with Hold Me Closer. Kazi Opia with I Can't Get Enough. And then Medina with In E Divin. Because we have to, I'm kind of trying to be brief because we've got a whole nother national final, 2 more to go through after Melfest. Let's just go ahead and talk about our top 3. I think that's the best way to approach this. So my number 3 is Tone, with Tone Sekalas. I like a Schlager, a bit of Schlager. Love that for us. I like Tone. So I think that combination of liking Tone and liking Schlager means I have to put her in my top 3.
I like how I was able to convince you on this song.
I know.
You guys, this is my second place out of everybody in Melfest. It's so good. Like, so many things about this I just absolutely love. And yeah, she's my second place on my list, so that takes care of that. But my third place is Liamo, actually. Cassiopeia almost had that spot, but Liamo just barely took it. And I think it's just because I'm feeling that song a little bit more at this current moment.
Yeah, it's because he's Filipino. It's okay. You can have yourself right. No, just kidding. No, it's honestly, it's solid. It does what it needs to do. My second place is Cassiopeia. I think that it's like, what was it, Lumpy Space Princess from Adventure Time. Fantastic, fun. Yeah, like I think that's my second place, and we have the same first place. Our first place is what everyone's first place should be. No. What did you just say? Anders Baga, that's our first place.
Cornelia Jacobs is our winner.
Yes.
It's our collective winner. Like, almost everyone at our site has her as our winner. It's undisputed that she's our current favorite by miles.
Here's what it is. It's, you send Cornelia and you get contention for winning. You send anyone else. You send anyone else, and I think you might not qualify. Liamo could possibly qualify, but he's not coming higher than, like, 20th. Like,
SVT, you know you can hear us, but are you listening?
SVT is always watching. I don't know. Cornelia, please. Can we get Cornelia? I need Cornelia. Let me get Cornelia. Like, yeah, Andrew, my anxiety on Saturday will be insane. Needs Cornelia. We all need Cornelia. Georgius, yes, Cornelia is amazing. I want her to win so bad. And I'm so happy you guys are like Cassie too. Thank you. Cornelia. It's Cornelia or no one. I don't care. Sweden, send Cornelia. You need to send Cornelia. If you don't send Cornelia, I think
either they gun for the top 3 position or they learn a very harsh lesson.
You know what though? I've been saying it for years. Sweden needs to not qualify. Sweden needs to NQ again, and maybe they'll get the act together. Because right now, it's just the same thing year after year after year. And Cornelia is a breath of fresh air. That's why you see people so excited for her. That's why you see people wanting her. Send us Cornelia. I'm done.
I mean, like, that would be one of the most devastating results, like, personally speaking, if we lose her.
Yeah, exactly. And we're going to talk now about Iceland, because unfortunately, we spent a lot of time earlier kind of focusing on other stuff. So we're going to talk about Iceland. We have the second semi. I'm just going to, you'll hear the qualifiers when we talk about the full lineup. With Stefan Oli, with Loisith, Sigabetta and Elaine, with Methhakan Sol. Methhakandi Sol. Then Reykjavik Thatar with Turn This Around. Katla with Pathanath. And then Amaurosis with Don't You Know. So, we're going to I just want to kind of touch on something real quick. I'm surprised Amaurosis went through as the wild card from Semi 1. I thought they would have given that to somebody else, because that staging was kind of messy. But that's okay.
I was surprised too.
Yeah. Now,
so our only differing things are our third places.
Yeah.
So yeah, we can conjoin on our top 2.
Yeah. my third place is Reykjavík I'm sorry, Reykjavík. It was a very it's very club kid. It's very performance arty. It's like you have to be in the mood for it, or else it's just not gonna this is one of those songs for me. If I'm in the mood for this, I love it. If I'm not in the mood for this, I cannot stand it. It kind of sits on that fence for me personally, and I feel like that's kind of like divisive.
Yeah. For me, that song, it's kind of like if you took someone who has never seen the show Euphoria and be like, draw these characters. That's what would come out, vaguely.
Yeah,
I mean, I appreciate it. The performance is fun. Like, it's fun. I actually, like, do enjoy watching it. It's not my personal third place, though. Wait, what were you going to say?
I was going to say, it's kind of like, it's different than that, though. It's more like, to me, it's giving me, like, the club scene from the early 90s in New York. I wasn't there, but, like, when I look back...
That seems very specific. I can't even picture that.
It's like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like, it's a very specific thing. Have you ever heard of Party Monster?
No, what is that?
Okay, Party Monster is actually, I think it's a documentary. It's a documentary about a guy. It's like a murder documentary, true crime thing about like a murder that happened in the club scene in the 90s. Or no, is it that one? There's a documentary and then there's a movie. I think Party Monster might be the movie, like the fictionalized version of it. But it's interesting. This fits in with that. It's like New York City club kids. I don't know how else to phrase. I don't know how to describe it, but that's how I would phrase it. It's very New York City club kids thing. I'm old. Ignore me. I'm talking about stuff that happened like when I was an infant. Like I was there, but I wasn't. Okay, I'm sorry. Go on.
Right. No, it's all good. Anyways, my third place, guys, is Stefano Lee with Yosid. It's a good ballad, kind of country-ish. Nothing really to say about it. I mean, it grew off me a little bit. I just kind of enjoy it, though. I don't know. I don't feel a ton about it.
Now, our winner, though. Oh, and our second places are the same.
Oh, yeah, second place.
Our second place is Katla.
Yes.
Lovely ballad. I needed a lady ballad. I got one now. If this wins, I'll have two lady ballads.
It's not traditional. Like, no. It's not... It wasn't parceled out in a way that's like a traditional Eurovision type ballad. It feels Icelandic. There's like an Icelandic identity to the way it was made.
Yeah. I think the staging is also very striking, and it keeps she probably has the best complex staging happening in Iceland.
Taboo.
Yeah. And then our winner,
you guys, if Iceland decides to send like a good bluegrass act to Eurovision, this is the time. This is the song. It's so good. It's so stripped back, but it's not like, I mean, it stays all within like the same set of notes. It doesn't like jump high or jump low, but it doesn't need to. It just grows slowly and becomes more sweet and more ethereal. I'm sorry, following Dali and God in the Matnid, I feel like this could be the perfect follow-up.
Yeah. Sorry. You didn't say the name of the song or the artist. It is...
Oh my God, you guys, yeah.
Meta Candy Sol by, Siga Beta and Elaine. It's so good. It's like, it's simple. The staging is simple. The performance is simple. Everything is simple. That's what it needs.
It's like they all are wearing their own, like, different clothes, too.
Yeah, it's very stripped back, very relaxed.
Very authentic.
Yeah, it's like you can see this band happening. And like I'm thinking, like I have to go out somewhere rural, but it also sounds very Icelandic to me. Kind of like this, like kind of folksy sound. I think works really well with Iceland, and it's like a sound they kind of associate with Iceland as well.
Yeah, they need to lean into that identity a lot more because it's just gorgeous.
Yeah, I think this one could be special. This is the song that if this wins, I then get weary because I think this song and the Dutch song could siphon points off of each other. They're very similar.
No,
this works better for me though because it has the harmony element. I do like a 3-part harmony. I'm a simple person. I like a 3-part harmony. So yeah, that's kind of how I'm feeling there. Just looking at comments real quick. Okay. Andrew Johnson says, Katla is great, but if we have Cornelia and Amanda already, I don't need it necessarily. Okay,
That's a very good point, actually. That's a very good point.
Yeah, like, That way, you know.
Amanda, like specifically Amanda's presence there, I do see having like them just like a slight more amount of weakness just because of her presence.
Yeah. All right, let's see here. Let's go ahead and go on to Festival da Canção. Gosh, my baby, my sweet baby. Great two semis, fantastic semis. But we already went over by 10 minutes, so we're gonna just hop in and go through the songs in the final lineup. Pongo and Tristany with Degradé. Ciro with Ainda Nos Temos. Mihanas with Corpo de Mujer. Ines Homen de Melo with Fome de Viagem. Aurea with Y. Os Quatro Emea with Amena. FF with Como e Bom Espera e Gruo. Diana Castro with Ginger Ale. Maro with Sade Sade. And then Pepperoni Passion with Condigo Trinta. I looked up how to say 30 in Portuguese. I did my preparation. Yeah. So let's go ahead and kind of go over our top three, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, let's start with the one we don't have in common. So
the one we don't have in common?
So my number 2 is Mihanas. I think that one is beautiful. It's a striking ballad. The vocal is fantastic. I can't take my eyes off the screen when she's on. I love it. I just think that's a really fantastic one there.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you. Her vocal performance is gorgeous, and I can't take my eyes off of her. It's just, it's so artistically minded, and I just enjoy it. And she would be in my top 3 if I didn't have, actually, if I didn't have this song, FF. Como é bom esperar alguém. Very classic Portuguese, kind of even like Disney-ish a little bit. There's like, it's orchestral, very, very, very classic, very Portuguese. But if you know me, you know that I like very like nice, clean, authentic sound. So that gave me that.
Okay. And then these next 2 songs are kind of out of order, but like my third place is Ciro. Gorgeous. Beautiful, beautiful man ballad. I'm not using the man ballads, but Ciro gets me. Yeah.
Okay, aside from the fact that he's fine AF, the song, it's contemporary. It has a strong hook, despite it being like so slow and ballady. I've said stripped back maybe like 10 billion times in this stream, but it pulls off well with this song. And Ciro, okay, you guys, Ciro is my winner as of right now. And if he were to win Festival da Canção, then he could fight for my top spot in the Eurovision lineup. It's just this, like, I can't even adequately describe to you how this song has affected me. It's just so ridiculously good, and he's the perfect vocalist for it. I really, really hope he wins. Okay. But if he doesn't, then I would be happy with your winner as well.
Yeah, and my winner is Pongo and Tristany with Degradé. I cannot stop listening to this song. My coworkers are mad at me at this point because I was listening to it all week. Like, it's so good. It's like jazzy. It's got your slow, kind of like your striking start, and it's so African. Like, I don't know, because I've got more people in here, so you probably may have heard me on Alicia's stream last weekend when I was talking about contrasting rhythms. So with a lot of African music, it's mostly drums. And there's a lot of contrasting with the rhythms. So you'll have one person who's playing one simple beat, another person's playing a different beat, and it's slightly off. It's like, it's hard to explain if you've never sat there and like kind of clapped it out. But it's, oh God, it's so African. And like, it makes me so happy. And I know Pongo's
for the amount of bland we're getting this year, it is so deliciously African. Like, so authentic.
I hate using the African as like a catch-all term, but like it's one of those things where I know if I'm going to talk about African music, I know Senegalese music really well, like Wolof music well. I know like Wolof dances pretty well as well, too. And I see a lot of similarities in things that like my family would do who are in Senegal, to what I'm seeing on stage with Pongo and Angola. She's from Angola. So like totally different parts of the continent, but there's a similarity with the way the music works, where there's a lot of drum beats, and there's a similarity as well with the way that you dance. Like the two are, like there's a lot of similarities there that I find familiar, but it's so different than everything else happening.
I'm sorry. Like you said, her dance, and I just like I imagined it again, just like the dancing, like that
it's
was
so good.
like I was like captivated completely. I was the same level captivated as Zero, honestly.
Yeah, and there's like jazz elements to it too. It's like this is just good. This is so good, and like I don't know how
Interesting song.
I honestly, if this wins, and I don't think it's gonna win because I know Portugal kind of can be a little.
I don't want it to though. Well, I mean, we have too many male ballads. We have too many male ballads.
Yeah,
forfeiting Zero if it meant that we got these guys, because we have never had a sound that was this African, you know?
Like, I mean, we kind of had Oh My God last year, but it was so pop. It was so polished to being, like, pop. You know what I mean?
He's a pop artist. He's a pop artist in anything, so
or
yeah.
K-Mama, like the K-Mama revamp that people were hating on.
No, the revamp, not my winner.
I love it. It's so good. K-Mama, it had that happening, but this has it as well, but it's more raw and it's like more exposed, and it's like
it's not trying to be European at all. It's not following any type of European modeling of music.
Exactly.
And it's gorgeous. It's
so
just
good.
Brilliant, you guys. It's absolutely brilliant.
With that being said, if this won, I do fear it might not qualify in May. It's one of those things. It's like with Portugal, if Portugal does what Portugal's going to do, I know. Portugal's the art school kid at Eurovision. They're going to do what they're going to do. And if they sent this, it would be my personal winner. Last time that happened, it was Portugal. Last time Portugal sent my winner that was off and kind of different, like totally different from anything else we've heard, was Telemovish.
Which so robbed.
Oh my god. I'm still upset about that. I'm still upset. I don't understand.
I'm still upset about that. That was my winner too. Like during the show, that was my winner. And when that didn't qualify, I was just like, all of you are on something not good.
Yeah. Yeah, Georgios is on our side. We need Afro beats. We need diversity in Eurovision. Georgios wants us to win too. So
thank you, Georgios.
Like,
thank you, Georgios.
It's good. It's fantastic. It would be a great addition to the lineup. So Portugal, you have that choice, or you could make some other ones. We'll see what happens. So that's kind of our stream for the week. Thank you for joining us. I actually we had people in the comments, so it was great talking to you guys as we're streaming. We stream every week at the same time, about 1:00 Eastern time. I know in Europe that's about 7 p.m. If you live in Central European time, and 10 a.m. for the West Coast in the US. So thank you all so much. We'll be back again next week. If you enjoyed the stream, like, subscribe. We've got more stuff coming. Tomorrow, check out the site. Yeah, check out our website, EurovisionFam.com. Link in the description and also on the screen. Thank you all so much, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your week. We've got our national finals popping off here, and yeah, thank you again. Bye.
Ciao, ciao.